Going to be a fairly technical video. I'm going to show you, in this case it's one of my clients' websites. He's using a very popular theme called the Avada theme. This is, I think it's the top selling theme on ThemeForest. Anyway, he's getting slow performance. You can see we've got the usual Query Monitor plugin installed. You can see up the top here, 5-second page load, right? Page generation time 5 seconds, database query time 3 seconds, so there's still 2 seconds of PHP time. Now I'll go through these things. I can see straight away that there are 8,000 options set to auto load. Okay, now that's bad. There should be, on a typical WordPress website, you're going to be something like 300, maybe 500, maybe 1,000. Now I know you see the database query time isn't that long, but it's populating all these 8,500 into an array in PHP, so that's using up time, using up CPU, using up memory. So we want to fix that. I'll fix that first and I'll show you the performance boost just that fix gives. But then you can see these other queries, right? And these look like custom queries that Avada is doing, and they're clearly pretty badly written. I mean, this one here takes 0.8 seconds, and then there's another one 0.6 seconds. And from the looks of it, it is grabbing the meta information about these images. So I don't know why they don't just use it's that function there, get attachment ID from URL. So it only needs the attachment ID. I mean, yeah, and then it says 0.8 seconds, 0.6 seconds, 0.6 seconds, and then another 1.3 seconds. So that's adding up to over 2 seconds of that whole time. Almost the full 3 seconds is just from that crap. So that's the first. Well, that's the second thing we'll fix, right? So I'll go show you the options. So I've got these statements already copied and pasted into here. Okay, so the select option name. So this is showing all of the options that are set to auto load. Okay, so I mean, I'm just grabbing the names. So you can see, I'm just scrolling back up now. You can see what jumps out is the transient WooCommerce product type. Okay, now these product types, they don't need to auto load. They do not need to auto load. It's just lazy developers setting that stuff up where they haven't bothered to set an option to false to make it not auto load. Okay, so I'm going to modify all the ones that are like that. So what I'll do is update WP options set auto load, and I'll just change it to WPI. I mean, you can set it to no or to yes. The only one that actually does anything is if it's set to yes. So any value other than yes will make them not be auto loaded. The reason I set them to WPI, I missed it, I know, is so that if we need to, we can revert it back. We can set the ones that I've set to WPI back to yes if we need to, if there's some problem. So set auto load equal WPI, where that's wrong. Okay, auto load equals yes, and option name like. Now we want the one that begins with that, and then the wildcard. Okay, so that'll change all of them that are transient WooCommerce product type, whatever it is that's generating that. I'll find that later. I'll add it to my list. But there we go, right? So that's 7,840 have been changed. Okay, so now if we rerun this query, 716 is still quite a lot. Still quite a lot. It looks like the Amazon plugin WooZone. I know that this client's using WooZone. Wait, is that's before. This stuff is needed. These need to be auto loaded. Not 100% sure why the WooZone thing is something that loads products in the background and feeds them into WooCommerce. So why would it need on the front end any options loaded? It shouldn't be doing anything on the front end. It's doing everything through cron. So that's something else that needs to be checked. And these also, I think all those WooZone ones, and I think all of, and the same for Updraft. Updraft shouldn't be having auto load options either. So there's quite a few of these need to be fixed. I mean, I'll have to go on a mission for fixing all these options, and I'll do that separately. But now I've changed that, so there's 716. It's far more manageable. If I reload this page, we should get a better page generation time. The database query time is going to be the same. Should be database query time about 3 seconds, but the actual page generation time should be quicker. hate this Uber menu that he's got. Alright. Did I break stuff? Come on website, load it. No, it's loading. It's just such a slow theme. It's so slow and heavy. So I mean, I've got decent broadband here, 40 megabits. Look at how slowly this whole theme is loading. I mean, I am logged in, right? But you see Uber menu waiting to load, blah blah blah. Anyway, I'll wait and see what the page query time tells me. Such a horrible theme. If any of you are out there using Avada, please change your theme. Don't ask me to support it. Oh, come on. Load your stupid thing. And of course, the obligatory big massive slider on the home page. Right, so 4.4 seconds. I mean, you can see there that was actually really taking about 20 seconds to load that page because of whatever's going on here on this home page here. Now anyway, but that, as far as Query Monitor is concerned, we have shaved off half a second. Okay, and those options are down to 717. Okay, so that has saved the page generation time. It's the PHP time. If I can scroll up a little bit, yeah, right. Because it says the date, but I mean you do get variance depending on other load. Anyway, right. So I'll go and fix these queries now. You can see these ones. I mean, what is it trying to return? Why is it written like this? They're doing very old school joins. If you know what a database join is, right? I'll show you this one for example, right? The way that this would be written in the modern day and age is you would say inner join WP post meta on. I'll capitalize that for you guys, and then you'd say where. Now that shouldn't really make a difference to the actual query, and I'll show you that because there's something called a query optimizer running. But there we go, there's that query running. So 0.6 seconds, okay? It brings back one value, 0.6 seconds for one value. And just to confirm, the other way of doing it, also, well, even longer. Maybe because it hadn't been coded up. So if I run it again, well, even longer. What is going on there? Really shouldn't be. There must be other load on the database now. He's maybe running imports. Yeah, it's just varying. Okay, anyway, so what I'll do is I'll stick an explain in front of this. Okay, now the things we're looking at here, he has an old version of my performance plugin in. Okay, so I need to fix that. But there are 11,000 rows at this point coming from WP posts. Okay, so why is it checking 11,000 rows of WP posts to then grab one value? So the answer, if we look, it's easier for me to look here. I'll just change this language to SQL so I actually get. So what is it doing? It's looking at the post meta attached file, post meta value, and we need that. Okay, so that if we can get, yeah, so he's wanting the ID that has that's what it's trying to do. It's trying to get the post ID. Well, why does it even need to join? Why does it need to join to? Oh, it's so stupid. Why does it need to join to WP posts then, right? Like, so what it's trying to do is it's trying to get the post ID for a value that is in from WP post meta. Oops. Okay, and that is what it's trying to do. It's trying to get this post ID. Okay. I guess it might want to join. The only reason it might want to join is to WP post is to confirm that the post still exists. So you can end up with some, because of other people's dodgy code, you can end up with post meta that exists, but the actual original post has been deleted. It really shouldn't happen. but this is what it's trying to do. It's trying to run this query. So if I do I'll put an alias in here because they've got a horrible little alias. It's really ugly. Okay, right, so there's the query there. That's what they're trying to do, and that is the part that needs to be optimized. Okay, if I run that, you'll see 33,000 y. Now meta key and meta value. Let's see, show indexes from WP post meta. Okay, so we don't have the new plugin. Okay, I'm gonna upgrade this plugin because I think there's already because there's quite a few plugins that do this kind of thing, right? They look for a meta key and they look for a specific value. Now WooCommerce out the box it comes with these keys. Okay, you see there's actually sequence. You can tell by the sequence in the index, okay, and the name. So the name, right? So there's 3 unique keys, 3 unique indexes here. One on meta ID, one on post ID, one on meta key. And what we actually need is one on meta key and meta value. Now, meta value, describe WP post meta, is a long text. It's sort of like a blob in SQL Server terminology, but basically doesn't have a maximum length. It can be whatever length you want, and technically it gets stored outside of the database, doesn't get stored in the binary tree. Anyway, you can still create an index, you just have to set the number of characters, and it'll take the first however many characters that you define. Okay, so for example, if I show you the indexes up here in my code, create indexes, let's see, post meta, that's for dropping them. So here's so that one's on post ID, meta key, meta value. But you see, I've got the meta value, and in brackets 15. So in this case, it's going to let me use the first 15 characters. Okay. Now, is that going to be long enough for this query? I might need to increase that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, so we're going to find out how good the SQL Server Optimizer is. Because what it could do is it could use the index and compare to the first 15 characters to narrow down the choices, and then check the rest of the long text values to see does it match the rest of the field. Okay, and I don't know if MySQL does that, and if it doesn't, I will increase this. If it doesn't, I will increase the size of the index. I'll get this plugin updated, and in the meantime what I will do is I will actually create that index. So where were we? Excuse me, it's an alarm for something. Just want to find the other one because I do have another post meta. Oh, what? I thought I did. Okay, I definitely need another post meta index. Okay, so that's cool. I will add another post meta index right now, and I'll show you what I'm doing with these indexes. Okay, so go back to my SQL page. Okay, so create index, and this is post meta boost. Okay, and it's on WP post meta. We don't need it on post ID first. Okay, the 2 things that are getting queried are meta key and meta value. Those are the ones that matter, and then we're joining on a single value, hopefully, through to your post ID. Okay, so meta key and meta value. If both of these are going to be getting used, then it doesn't matter the order. But it does. Well, I'm going to check. I'm going to check and see the size of matters, right? Because we've got here, like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 2 characters, okay? So I'll create this index and see if MySQL is smart enough to use the beginning of the index. Okay, so I just use this query, a small one. Yes, it is smart enough, that's cool. That's good, because that means that we can keep the index size, yeah, so you see it's using that. So what it's doing is it's doing a like operation, and I know you might have heard me saying like operations can't use indexes, but they can, so long as you don't put a percentage at the beginning. So what it's doing is it's comparing to the index, and it's saying, let's check the first grab the first 15 characters of that and get everything out of the index that matches those 15 characters. Yeah, so not a like stem, it just grabs the first 15 characters of this, compares it to the index. That narrows the field of results it has to look at massively. And then, so that means this query should now be fast. Yep, so 0.01 seconds, and it should mean that, well, basically all these other queries are all identical. 0 seconds, whatever. I know it wasn't 0 seconds, you liar. Okay, it's obviously good if it's telling you it's 0 seconds, but it's not really 0 seconds. There are some milliseconds or microseconds or nanoseconds getting used, but it doesn't tell me. But anyway, so this database query time was 2.6. These were all 0.84. Query monitor was telling me 6 slow queries. We'll refresh that page if his server's working, and let's see what happens. Ugh, I really hate this website. I really hate it. I really do. And I think what's happening here is we're automatically scrolling to the bottom, but 2.5 minutes. I mean, it's just horrible, isn't it? It's horrible. There's just too much going on. It's just trying to be too much. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I have told you this. I just don't like it, and I don't like the Avada theme. I really don't like it. But you know, it's all right. You know your customers, so hopefully make some good money out of it, man. I mean, that stupid slider taking forever to load. Anyway, slow queries down to 2. What are we on now? 0.06 and 0.1. So it thinks that's slow, that's good. Database 0.5 seconds, not great. Page generation 2.26, presumably it's Avada crap. What else? What else we got? Can that be speeded up? WP turn query, plugin WooCommerce? Yes, probably, and probably that will be speeded up when I upgrade this plugin. But anyway, that was identifying performance problems, showing you how to create an index, and showing you the bulk of a lot of what the WPI performance plugin does. Okay, hope you enjoyed it.